Gitiriba has been given 6 months down the line not to come inside the villa to his boss. And also, we just get that for the last 6 months, Gitiriba has not continued with his construction material. Again, the same person just said it, that only that he never put it on this camera, that the day he saw Gitiriba is not a straight person is the day he sent Mokami away during the midnight. You know, this one actually brought some of the, this is one of the very closest person to the Swamp King who just said that the day that Gitiriba sent Mosabi away is the day he saw that Gitiriba somehow is not somebody to be trusted. And also this things brings me down, you know, and brings me down to think this way, in this manner. I don't know if you are just going to think the same. Mosabi, when he was just around, he was being used in one way or the other, like what. But after going, they get to understand now Gitiriba will not be used the way Mosabi is being used. And since then, let me just give you a hint. When somebody gets out from the Swampy King place, automatically and obviously the Swampy King has to make a video. But when Mosabi got away from the Swampy King place, he never did any kind of the video. But he only did a video with, the only person who did a video was Gitiriba, but not Mura himself. What does that shows? And again, as we dive in, he went ahead of telling us, might also, this one can also be this reason, he told us there's a madam from UK who wants to buy a land. Who was supposed to be inside for this land to be bought? It was Gitiriba. Then even the Swampy King just goes direct and tell us, this madam has just said, if he is not associated with Mura, he will not, that business will end up. Then he came ahead of speaking this word and said that, how can a somebody in 6 months working, even not putting a little bit of sand in his construction place, and he went ahead of buying iPhone 17 Pro Max in Kenya. So guys, as I ask, I know very well Gitiriba was being surprised. I'm not here to defend that I'm defending Gitiriba, but we are here just to discuss the reality. I know very well that Gitiriba was sent some cash just to go and buy this phone 17 Pro Max. But again, we are coming to Gitiriba. Don't forget that we are just coming also to analyze Gitiriba. But again, after being sent by somebody, did this person subscriber who sent Gitiriba money, did he not knew that Gitiriba has a construction site? And he told him you should go and have an iPhone. The reason of having an iPhone is for the different reason. We know very well this kind of the person, his work is purely on YouTube. So maybe he wanted to invest also in YouTube. But again, these things brought shenanigans. He brought a lot of issue with the Swampy King person. That's why even he went ahead saying that, how can somebody be bought iPhone 17 Pro Max and yet he has not even finished his bungalow or the big house? That's a quite question that we are being asked. And also when we just refresh our minds back, when this a little bit of cements came, when after Dancing Grandma was being built, when Daniel was just constructing his site, Gitiriba cements was being taken to his sister. Now, after now he's being thrown away, did the cements come back? Let's ask ourselves that question so that we can just start over there and we can go just and understand what's really happening. You know, sometimes it might be, you know, the Mura himself, he wants to be the owner of the entire of the region. Now this time round is really disappointed. Maybe he has just seen that now Gitiriba, he is trying, because you get to understand, even finding Ian is also fired. People don't understand this. Also, even before now we come and dive into this matter of the day, finding Ian also is being fired by Mura himself. Let me refresh you back. Let me take you a little bit back why I'm talking about finding Ian was being fired. Can you recall, Gitiriba is not fired today. He's not fired tomorrow. He was fired like 2 weeks. The day that they got out from Mura's gate and they just spoke that, oh, we are heading to a unknown destination. Even finding Ian was being fired after he was being used by Mura to hack some of the accounts of the people. Most of the people never knew who was doing this. But after even he was being used by this kind of the person, he went there, he opened this kind of the broadcast base, he went there, he did a lot of things. After even that, all things that he did to Mura, the end of the payment was being fired. You know, sometimes God's work miraculously. Mosabi was chased during the night time. Not knowing where to go, not knowing where to sleep, he was being told you should evacuate, and he left that village. The grumbling master also was sent, not knowing where to go, not even being given a transport, and he was told to evacuate from the region. Who were there when this kind of the people were being told that they should move? The first person that they were there, it was all about I'm just greeting one of my neighbor there. Munasomba? Yeah, it was all about these people that they were around there. It was finding Ian was there, Gitiriba was there, and now this grumbling person was there. And now, after this all association of the things, the first person who told him that he has to evacuate was Gitiriba. Don't you see that God's work miraculously? And now, as we dive in, let me first find a little bit of the space so that I'm going to sit. Then have a little bit of talk. Now, guys, let's have this a little bit of discussion of the day. We get to understand that after even the first time that Gitiriba could see that the Swampy King is now getting exhausted with him, because you get to understand this is the family. After now they have already used you to the maximum. The another step is to leave you. The first time we get to understand Gitiriba was being fired, and he was removed from being a driver. And when there was this kind of the person who was brought before then, then after this kind of the person was brought, a lot of shenanigans happened when the road was being constructed there. Then he was being fired. He was called Gibai. For those people remember, Gibai was being employed there. A lot of things happened. A lot of happened. Then he was being fired. Now Dan came in. But what I know, Gibai could not work there for long, because he's somebody who understands himself. And that is a place where actually people don't understand themselves. They're supposed to be working. Immediately they realize that once you understand who you are, actually you are being fired. For that all time that this kind of the person has been working together with Mura, I don't know why he has not been reasoning that one time, one day. And after there, I can recall there's a time that us reactors just made a video. Let me try to sit here. Us reactors just made a video a day and said that immediately after Mayuguno, the next person on the line will be Gitiriba. And people, they were thinking that is a joke. And later on, who is next? Gitiriba has been fired. And even this kind of the person went ahead and said it clearly, and also he said this thing. Guys, I'm just going to bring this breaking news that people don't understand. Even he said it clearly that the first time he fired Gitiriba, but Gitiriba went back to ask for apology. Then he was being allowed. But even after being allowed, you know, sometimes using psychology is a very good thing. He could see how this kind of the person is moving. But one thing that has made now Gitiriba not to come back is that unless after the land has been bought is when Gitiriba will be allowed inside the villa. But when the land yet has not been bought, I'm telling you guys, Gitiriba will not be allowed in the villa. That is the truth. Believe me right, believe me wrong, that is the truth. And that is the fact of the day. Because immediately, Mura saw that when he gives Gitiriba this a little bit of opportunity, so that he might be associating with the lady from UK, and the lady buy land around here, Gitiriba will be the owner of the land, because you know a foreigner buying land in Kenya is something like a scam. So the person that we are associating with, unless you buy for that person or that person, it has to be the owner of the land. That's why you see, even it has generated this kind of the issue, because the iPhone is not a problem, guys. Let me tell you, iPhone 17 Pro, just Gitiriba to own it is not a very big problem. That has made Mura just to tell Gitiriba that he has given him suspension for a little bit of months. Because why do I say it so? That the iPhone is not a problem of that. You know, that is somebody that is trying to think that, oh, when I allow this kind of the person just to own land, and yesterday he was complaining bitterly that the last month, it was a very harsh month to him. And later on after the month, yes, we saw how much he was doing things. So it was a harsh month for him. So he realized after now, Gitiriba has accessed this new donor that wants, maybe it's a new donor, or an old donor, all what and what, as we don't know. But him also, he understands very well that after that, after now he have the owner of this, a lot of projects that they will be taking, actually, it will be through Gitiriba. So automatically, Mura will have loosened a very big step. Now he saw that when he bring now this to the main topic, people will be starting talking about, you know, this one cannot happen, this one cannot. Now he shifted the story to this iPhone 17 Pro Max, saying that, after a little bit of the video, what shocked me a lot is that he said his phone has been cracked. What does that show? Guys, what does that show? He admired the phone, then he said that maybe because Gitiriba has been bought a phone and these subscribers of Gitiriba are the same subscribers of mine, I think when I bring this kind of the phone inside the social media, somebody might come and say that, oh, Mura, I have to buy you a phone. And actually he's found that things were not going the way he expected. And that is the truth of the fact of the day. And that's why most of the times you see now Mura talking about, oh, no, Gitiriba, what the people that I need around here, they are not supposed to be YouTubers. And you get to understand that Gitiriba has association of most of the people. That's why he came on the board just to say that, oh, from today onwards, you'll not be seeing me with the Gitiriba anymore. And that's the fact of the day. Guys, welcome back. This is your boy here, Lucas the Traveler, coming live from Eastern Africa, to be specifically. When you see at that corner, let me try to stand so that you're going to see. When you see that corner is an international company talking about Nuru. When I talk that, you can easily indicate that I'm just at a Maxwell Lumumba construction site, and we are just over here just making sure that you have to work 1 or 3. You know, sometimes you have to work tirelessly, not just to allow the day goes like that. I get to understand that today it was just a payment day of YouTube, and you know, YouTube pays according to your views. YouTube pays according to how you have worked. YouTube pays. So a little bit of the sense that we get, we cannot go and squander it. We still save it, because I know one time, I'm almost starting my construction site. So things we're dealing with the payment, I don't want to associate with them that I go and pick a little bit of money, I go to do what and what. No. The only thing that I will do is go and take like 1,000 Kenyan shilling just to buy my daughter's school shoes. Then that one will be enough. The rest of the money, it will remain there. You know, even if somebody is trying to help you, even you should show up how hard, you should show up that morale, even somebody to be motivated. Yes, this kind of the person is really try to be to be saved. That time when it reaches, and you cannot tell me that somebody has provided for you something, then also even the workers that they're working there, you want this kind of the person also to buy them food. It will not sound normal. Even the transportation, fueling of the bike, then you want the same person to fuel for you when you are bringing materials to the site. It does not sound normal. And I know how much we spent at Maxwell Lumumba, because I am here like a manager, but also in benchmarking. So I know how much it takes per day in fuel. I know how much it takes for the cements to reach there. I know how much it costs for the workers also to eat. I know how much it will cost me. So actually when I start the construction site, I know I need to have around some cash, of which I have to save by more than 10,000, of which I have to save of my own, not again to come and say, oh at least I know the motorbike will crash anytime, because it usually crash here because of carrying heavy roads. It crashes. So when it crashes, we get that at least I've saved a little bit of money, and my work cannot stop. We have to continue upon that. So that's why today, even the working day, you cannot even somebody cannot even think that Lucas the Traveler have been paid with Maxwell. We are still working, and I like the move of the I like, by the, you know, Maxwell Lumumba is like my motivator actually. He like my motivator. Usually motivates me and makes me to be working hard each and every day. Not leaving me like, oh, go and no, nothing like that. When you get out here, you should get out here when we are tired. So most of the times when I don't reach my beloved people, all know that I'm very tired actually. But when I'm still, when I am not tired, actually, that's what, like today, the day was very, very tiresome. That is the point blank of it. And as we see there, that's the point blank. And now, what will happen? Will this kind of the person, Gitiriba, goes back to ask for forgiveness? We don't know. So let's keep watch, and we check up if he's going to ask for forgiveness. And if he's just going to be asked for forgiveness, he will be given the forgiveness immediately the land is being bought. Guys, you are here. And the next person who will be sent away, trust me, no, it is his driver, Daniel. After Daniel, you know, Daniel will not be chased right now. But the day the hay will be taken out from his farm, the day that his farm will be exhausted, the day that Daniel's land will be exhausted, actually I'm telling you, Daniel will be sent out from from Villa Medellin. And yesterday we really waited for Maro to address this kind of the issue of the accident, but he never came up, he never showed just to address what was really happening. But let's wait for it, and let's confirm about it. But the day that the land of Daniel will be exhausted, and he makes sure that anything they will be planting there, it will not germinate. That the day Daniel will see that, oh, I've been having Daniel for quite a period of time, he's not helping himself, so Daniel have to go and just to learn hard life. Guys, that it is, and that is what it is. Let's keep it tuned, keep it locked as we just land over to the next episode.